For years, I've been listening to it, playing it, writing about it. As most of you can probably tell at this point, I like music. And while there are quite literally hundreds of reasons why this is true, perhaps the most relevant and meaningful of all of them is that music can communicate many different things in many different settings. Whether an artist is talking about something as simple as sleeping in and making pancakes like Jack Johnson, or something as impassioned as losing a loved one like Eric Clapton, music can communicate both of these feelings all the same. Most successful artists have a distinct way of separating their meaningful bits from their not so meaningful bits, and understanding this process can work wonders for you as a presenter. These artists make use of their words and their sound in a unique manner that allows them to write a complete song while still informing the audience of everything the artist wants them to know about. And after the song is finished and the next track is already playing, the artist was still able to offer a distinct and meaningful takeaway. Today I'm going to provide an example of one artist's calculated word choice and show how those words inform and impact an audience. Also, I'm going to show you how you can use your words to make your presentation clear and concise, and how you can make any presentation you give in the future resonate with your audience. Whether an artist is performing a song or an engineer is giving a TED Talk, the words that a presenter says are at the forefront of the presentation. Because of this, skilled presenters have come to recognize the importance of the words they choose and how these words inflict different feelings in the audience. In music, a fantastic example of this is the song Runaway by Kanye West. This is a shot from a short film he released in conjunction with the song. Commonly cited as West's ultimate monument in songwriting, Runaway tells the story of a man begging the love of his life to run away from his destructive behavior. Even though the entire song is a lyrical masterpiece, there is one distinct section that stands out from the rest of the song, particularly because of the words chosen. Never was much of a romantic, I could never take the intimacy, and I know it did damage because the look in your eyes is killing me. I'm guessing you're at an advantage because you could blame me for everything, and I don't know where I'm a manage if one day you just up and leave. While I didn't say it quite as eloquently as Kanye, in this verse it's clear that Kanye is letting all of his guard down and showing himself as he has never been seen before. Kanye full-heartedly admits that he could never take the intimacy, and that because of this, he realizes that he is to blame for all of their relationship problems. He follows by proclaiming that he'll have no idea what to do with himself if his girlfriend just up and leaves. Because Kanye was dealing with such an intense and sensitive topic for someone to be so personal about, he had to be as blunt and straightforward as possible. If people were to misconstrue his words, then the message would not have been the same, and people may have understood his words in a totally different way than he meant them. From a presenter's standpoint, the important part of this is that he doesn't leave anything up to ambiguity and that each line is direct. When dealing with the important parts of your presentation, like why any of what you just said to the audience matters, you must be straightforward and choose your words carefully. Like Kanye did with Runaway, be sure to choose words that have distinct meanings and that they are relevant to what you were discussing. You have to remember that not everybody in the audience is an expert on or even knows what you are talking about. So when the time comes to communicate your intended takeaway of your presentation, make sure that you choose words that cannot be misunderstood and that you structure them in a way that makes sense to the listeners, like Kanye did with Runaway. While the primary spectacle of this verse is in fact its rawness and its directness, it also evokes emotion in the audience and leaves the audience feeling something after they listen to it. This goes back to Kanye's word choice. However, we will be viewing it from a different lens. The reason that the audience, the listener, feels something is because after listening to the song is because Kanye chose words that the audience would not misconstrue, but also made sure that those words are meaningful. For example, instead of saying, "And I know I hurt you because the look in your eyes is killing me," Kanye says, "And I know it did damage because the look in your eyes is killing me." By using the word damage rather than a simpler word like hurt, Kanye is able to more effectively communicate his point about his actions causing pain. Kanye made the phrases work around the words. This is not a tactic that is specific to songwriting by any means. When constructing your presentation, even if you are not writing a script, it is important to signify in your notes specific words and phrases to say. While outlining and brainstorming beforehand, it can be helpful to pick specific words before writing down the final phrases, before writing a specific line in your script, and working these phrases or lines around those chosen impact words. While the exact process of word choice should be specific for each presenter, recognizing its importance will help your audience fully understand and remember your presentation. When choosing your words, you want to make sure that they are unambiguous to avoid confusion, while still being compelling, so you make an impact. As I discussed, Kanye did this very well with Runaway, and you can probably identify thousands of other songs where the artist does it well also. This is not a simple task. These people have been writing these songs for years. I myself still have a lot of work to do in the department of word choice. It will take practice. And like I said, there is no perfect cookie-cutter formula to follow that will ensure you always pick the best words. Each presentation is unique, and the presenter delivering it even more so. Nonetheless, understanding the key components of word choice that I discussed will help you clearly communicate with your audience while still being impactful and memorable.